Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Four Corners Podcast. I am Scott.
I'm Steven.
Zach.
I'm Colin.
And on today's episode, we are going to cover the NFL. It's quickly coming up on us here. The season is about a couple months away. Draft's already in the books. Some free agent signings have been going on. And there's still one big name out there in Dez Bryant, who's still lingering.
Stay off.
You mean the guy that's not going to get signed by anybody?
So I figured what we could do today is recap the draft, who we think won on certain picks, and what?
Keep going. Just keep going.
And then do our way too early predictions for the division winners and who we think will go on to the Super Bowl for this upcoming season. So, do you guys want to do the predictions first, or do you want to do the recap of the draft?
I say we do the recap, which could lead into the predictions.
I'm fine with that. You guys good with that?
Yep, I'm good.
Now my question is is everybody want to talk about their teams as an evaluation? Well, you have two, but you know what I mean.
Oh, we can do that if there's another team that stuck out to you that you're like, well, I like.
Well, I mean,
what
sort
that
of the fact
person-
I have to buy a freaking Browns jersey now. I mean, you know.
Yeah, you do. So we'll go around the table here. We'll
You're
start.
gonna need to buy a Patriots jersey.
Yes, you do.
God.
They suck.
We will start with Colin.
That should be how well the draft went for me. No, I'm just kidding.
Who on your team? You're a Denver Broncos fan. So how do you think they did?
Yeah, I don't look like a Denver Broncos fan.
You got his cousins.
with,
Shut up.
with my Bucks jersey on, but I did not like their first pick.
Bradley Chubb.
I get why we did it, because how our defense worked when we won the Super Bowl was similar to how they're going to try and build this year's team.
I'm assuming Vaughn on one side and Chubb on the other.
Pretty much. It was similar to how they had it then. The problem is, in my opinion, our biggest hole was offensive linemen. And the guy the Colts picked up right after us was the guy I was screaming to go fucking pick up. And they went, we're going to have a defensive end. We have plenty of defensive players. We need an offensive lineman. I was like, Case Keenum ain't going to throw the fucking ball if he's sitting on his ass all fucking game getting tackled. I was like, fucking get to...
right.
Of course I'm fucking right. That's Minnesota did a good job with their offensive line, and that's why Case Keenum was so fucking good last year, and that's why he got him to an NFC conference championship
Title
game. I was like,
Until they ran into
so...
the Eagles.
Well, yeah, but I was like, that's what you need to do. It doesn't matter how good your defense is if your offense can't fucking get across the 50-yard line. I was like, you're not gonna. I'm glad we picked up a punter because we're gonna need one. We're gonna be punting fucking to the other side.
You got one of the best ones in the league.
Yes,
And
and we're going to need him. I don't. Our defense is going to be probably top 5 defense. I feel like. I mean, we were last year. We were the year before. We haven't for 3 or 4 years now.
Who you guys got playing corner?
We drafted. I can't pronounce his last name. Isaac Yidam from Boston College.
Get him.
He's all right. I think they're planning on.
He's
filling-
all right.
Well, I don't know much about him, so I didn't watch.
Okay.
I didn't watch. Well, I didn't watch. No. I don't watch Boston College.
That's the thing. Boston College fucking sucks.
Yeah, but you can. Some teams suck, and you can still cherry pick a player or two. that's
Congrats!
good.
You have the best player off the shittiest team.
Hey, sometimes that's still better than most players
Well,
on
it
good
does
teams.
happen. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, look at players who have
Once
their
in
own
maybe
crappy
40
team.
years.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we did that. I mean, they draft people from double A and triple A.
Delaware,
Yeah,
South
like-
Dakota State. Look at Carson Wentz. Well,
Yeah.
granted, he went 13-0.
There's people that come from really shitty. Like Ben Roethlisberger came from Miami, Ohio.
They went 13-0 when he was there.
How good are they now?
Doesn't matter that they're good now.
Arguably the second best team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Who? Oh, Ben Roethlisberger.
Pittsburgh.
Well,
No, I'm
we're
saying-
talking about Ohio.
We're
Miami.
talking about
Ohio.
his team, his college team that he went to. But you can get good players from teams that aren't that strong. I mean, it happens. So
Well, I mean,
But
okay.
I know they're
now,
putting-
hang on. To be fair, and I hate to throw Purdue under the bus with this, but they've gotten some really good players in the NFL. Excuse me, has gotten good players from crappy teams.
exactly.
I mean, you got Ryan Kerrigan, who was on a very crappy team. You got K1 Short,
Yeah.
you know, repping his shirt. But that's the point here. That and then you got Drew Brees was actually really good on both sides. But anyway, the point is when Kerrigan and Short were there, they didn't have Brees and all the weapons that they had back then. So yes, it's there are a few teams that can produce good players.
Yeah, you
Even
you can have terrible teams that have one or two good players and have them fit in a good line. Because they're putting Roby, I think, as the nickel corner or a slot corner to cover that spot. But they had
What's
to find
Harris?
Harris is the number one.
He's the number one now that Talib Chain Puller's gone.
No, Harris was always the number one.
No, Talib was
No,
one.
Talib was one.
Talib was one. Harris was two.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the depth chart, Talib
Okay.
was one. Harris was two.
I'm not talking about depth chart.
Well-
I'm talking about actual ability. Harris is. Would you guys argue top 5 corner in the league?
Yeah.
Like he's probably top 5.
I'd put him top 5.
Joe
Yeah.
Hayden's up there, but
Yeah.
Joe
Joe
H. The talent has left.
Yeah. It was like, I wasn't too fond of what they did. Sutton, he's another player that came from not a very good team. SMU's, not a team you really think about as far as college football.
They went to the bowl game.
A lot. Okay.
They're the only
No,
team
we're
that got
not
a
playing
depth
this.
team.
We're not playing this fucking game.
Oh God!
If you go to a bowl game, doesn't mean you're a good fucking team. 90% of the fucking colleges go to a bowl game now. You can be 5-7 and still go to a bowl game.
You have
Like
to
6.
qualify with 6.
No,
you don't. Not anymore.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
No,
no.
Zach.
Are there-
I've
Two
seen
years
it.
ago,
One team or two teams doesn't make it a whole 5.
But you can't say it didn't happen.
Teams.
That's
It's like
not
being
a
7 and
typical
9.
year.
It's like being 7 and 9 and making it to the fucking making it to the playoffs. It's
Anyway.
it's college.
If you had to give Denver a letter grade for the draft,
Only 10.
No, it's not an F. I think Chubb will be good. It's just not the one I would have picked. And
You wanted Quentin Nelson.
I did want Wilson. I wanted both Notre Dame players, but I knew I wasn't going to get both linemen. There was no way unless we drafted up. I'm going to give them a B+. I think they could have done way better, but they did all right. We're going to
That's
be
fair.
competitive, but we're not going to be as good.
no,
as
you're not winning the division. But
Oh, hell no.
We'll get into that later. Zach, you're a Colts fan.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I see this draft an A- for us.
You took my player.
Anyway, definitely fixed the offensive line situation. However, I'm really confused with what they did. They didn't get any weapons, no receivers that I'm aware of, and it's just like, okay, you have T.Y. Hilton who's going to be double covered, and then you have a bunch of nobodies that,
They got a running back.
yeah, they got a running
And they
back.
got a wide receiver. And they got another running back.
Well,
And they got another wide receiver.
again, if in the second round, I don't think I would have wasted the second of the 3 that we had, because you had a chance, maybe to wind up going to get Justin Jackson out of Northwestern, have a bigger body back to complement Dorsett's kind of skiddiness.
Dorsett.
That's who,
You mean Mac?
or Mac, or whoever the fuck it is. I don't know.
I'm gonna say
Dorsett's a wide receiver in New England.
Nope, he got cut.
Oh, well, last time he was in New England. My bad.
So
Thanks for your 3 catches.
yeah. But I don't think, you could have probably done away with one of the running backs to pick up a receiver. I mean, there was plenty of receivers still left, in my opinion, for Indianapolis to go and get.
Well, I wanted to ask you something. There were multiple reports, rumors, accusations that multiple teams had inquired about the services of Andrew Luck and were willing to pay quite a pretty penny to obtain those services. One of the rumors out there, and Irsay came out and said that yes, there were multiple offers.
Mm-hmm.
There was one particular offer that I had heard a rumor on. I don't know whether this is true or not. The Browns were willing to offer 1 and 4 for Andrew Luck.
That they would.
If that was true and they
would
turned
easily
it
have
down,
the best. That would be the best draft for them.
Mm-hmm.
if that was true and they turned it down, I think that was really stupid. Because you could have fixed quite a bit of needs with those extra 2 first-round picks.
You could have got Saquon Barkley, turned back around, got Josh Allen, turned back around, and probably got Quentin Nelson. So you could have gotten all 3, probably.
You could have gotten 3 out of 6.
I think it's time that the Colts look into cutting bait with Luck.
They need to cut bait with the fucking owner and find
Well,
a better owner.
let me play this out. I think if Luck doesn't throw a single pass and doesn't start a game or doesn't play a game because you know he's not going to play in the preseason.
It would
It's
be
not
stupid.
It's not going to happen. He's not going to have any. And if he's still not throwing by week 5, I don't know why the hell you would do that. You would just.
Just wasting
And
money.
the funny thing is, that it's on the Colts. They knew he had how bad his shoulder was, and they chose to wait and dick around with, let's get it fixed. Instead of let's go and put him back in against, who was it, like Buffalo or somebody, and they fucked it up even worse than it was. So it was just like, why in God's green earth are you gonna sit here? The man has a $125 million contract, and you're just sitting there with him. I'm with you. I would have cut him. I would damn sure do it next year.
The problem is, the longer you wait, the lower the price tag and value and returns than what you get.
Irsay's a fucking idiot. We already know this.
Mm-hmm.
He's been an idiot for years.
Well, I think his daughter is the co-owner, and I think it would be wise of her to buy her dad out.
It would behoove them to get rid of Captain Druggy and get him the fuck out.
No, I
and find
mean,
a better fucking owner.
Frank Reich he's no slouch as a coach. Look, I mean, no offense, but
It's
he
not,
was he
it's not a
quarterback
coaching
coach?
issue.
Yeah,
It's
he
the
was the
owner.
quarterback's coach with Peyton Manning.
But
Funny
he was also with the Eagles too.
Funny story.
So
So you remember how Josh McDaniels played the Colts for a yo-yo? Damn, what's his name? Ohio State quarterback. God, this is horrible. I can't remember his name.
Barrett?
Barrett did the same thing with the Colts.
Hmm.
He went to the Saints. He had agreed he wanted to play for the Colts, and then turned around and signed a contract to the Saints.
I'm sorry, who would you rather learn under, as someone you don't know, or Drew fucking Brees?
Well, I'm saying,
Well, he's not going to learn under Andrew Luck because Andrew Luck's hanging out in Europe having a fucking time of his life. While he's not playing
That's
football.
not a time of his life. He's having his shoulder re-examined.
But I mean, either way, he ain't playing football.
Well,
Yeah.
right, because they didn't do they didn't do it justice by getting him out. Which I'm surprised we even had these draft picks that we've had this year, because we didn't self-report to the NFL. And I know Tom Brady got in trouble for it when he got hurt, and they didn't report it, and they brought the hammer down.
No, it happens to the
Well,
Patriots.
we know.
I
we know-
defense of
we,
you.
We
you
know
dick.
we know how biased the NFL is and what they do. I mean, they brought the hammer down on Zeke for no reason.
Zeke got shafted.
Then they decided to ignore the fact that Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be with the Packers anymore because that was fucking illegal what they did.
Yeah, which almost cost my team a playoff spot. Thank you, Green Bay.
Yeah. So they ignore Andrew Luck and blast Tom Brady. And I'm not a Tom Brady fan by any stretch.
Oh, he got shafted too.
I pray for his retirement every fucking week. But notice I say retirement. I was classy.
You've gotten better about this.
I don't pray for injuries anymore. I pray for retirement because he's old enough now that he can retire. But the NFL is biased. I watched the entire draft from start to finish. It took me a couple days, but I watched the entire draft. And it was so delightful the first couple of days listening to every single fan boo Roger Goodell for freaking 2 days. And he's sitting there like trying to play it off. I'm like, it's because nobody fucking likes you. It's like the only people who like you are the owners, and they're all fucking idiots too.
Well, after all the rule changes this year, and there's a possible new one that's going to happen next year that's going to piss a lot of people off.
Come on, XFL.
They're thinking about doing away with kickoff returns.
Mm-hmm.
well, there goes our fucking fantasy points.
No,
Wide receivers become irrelevant again.
either that or is it like where they can take a fair catch within the 10 or 20
I
and it gets marked to the 25 or something like that?
that's already the thing now.
Lord.
You already start off at the 25 if you fair catch.
No. Like
No.
not outside the end zone though.
Like inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you catch it at the 15, you can basically fucking kneel
Yeah.
like a punt.
Yeah,
And you
and
go
But it-
up to the 25?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's fucking
I
stupid.
mean,
Yeah.
Well,
they turn into
Let's be
college
real.
football.
It's the fucking NFL.
So,
It's the NFL. They're stupid.
we get back on track here off our Roger Goodell fuck you topic. But by the way, fuck Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
Hostility level.
No, we all
What
hate
would-
Roger Goodell.
What would you give the Colts draft?
He gave him an A minus.
You gave him an A minus?
Yeah,
Okay,
he
sorry.
said that at the beginning.
I think they would have been better. I think if they would have. Indianapolis still has, in my opinion, still has a rough time going after the big name players that every team seems to have. Now they're trying to say, well, we take these small school guys. Okay, that's great. You took these small school guys that did well in their conferences. But here's the thing: these big time players, they've played in big time games already. So when you're going into the NFL, they've got that shit. These small time players, they don't have that.
Steven is trying so hard to interject, but he's
What do you
being
got,
nice.
Squee?
Come on, Squee.
When did Notre Dame become a small school?
I'm saying skill position wise.
When did Quentin Nelson become a small school player, bro? He was bullying around people like no tomorrow.
T.Y. Hilton, for example.
Florida Atlantic.
Marvin Harrison, Syracuse, a fucking no-name football school.
He's not wrong. Syracuse
No,
isn't a big
no,
football
no,
school.
no,
They're
no.
a basketball school.
Yeah, some of these.
They're not even a basketball school.
They made the I know they made the tournament. Well, the tournament is a lot harder to get in
Okay.
because there's like 380 fucking schools for that.
Anyway, but I understand where you're coming from, Zachary. You got the Florida Atlantic, but Peyton Manning was from Tennessee. He was a big school.
But what I'm saying is, you look at the receivers from Alabama. You look at some of the receivers from
Well, get to Alabama. Don't you fucking worry about that shit.
Oklahoma. You got some of these big receivers from these big schools. They'll say, okay, Indianapolis is sitting right there, but they're like, oh well, we just we don't really want that because they have baggage. I would rather take the goddamn baggage so we have a chance, a legitimate chance to have a good offense. Because let's face it, you look at the Indianapolis offense, and they have been in the bottom part of the NFL and on defense for the last 10 years. They have not been in the top 25.
They've never had good defense, really, to be
The
honest with
only
you.
defense they had, a good defense they had, was those like literally 3 games before they won the Super Bowl
Against the Bears.
Against the Bears.
Yeah.
When they got good God.
Well, when you're playing against Rex Grossman, any defense is going to look good.
No, they were good even before that because they got the guy who was always Sanders back.
Bob Sanders.
Bob
Mr.
Sanders, yeah, who was fucking amazing when he was healthy,
Yeah.
and then their defense became fucking unbeatable.
And see, and if that rumor was true, I would have cut bait with Andrew because I still don't think he's going to be ready to go by week 1.
God no.
No, he
Well,
won't.
I mean,
I don't think he plays before.
it's
before
going to be
before Halloween.
Yeah.
it's going to be one of these things we have to wait and see
Mm.
how it develops.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steven, your team here, the Panthers, picked up C.J. Anderson today.
Yeah, just heard about that. Thank you, Colin. Even though I'm still kind of concerned about
I was
that.
wondering what the fuck you were talking about, and then I got on NFL. It's like C.J. Anderson signed with the Panthers. I'm like, oh,
That's
that's
what I
fine with
said.
that.
Yeah.
you can take that.
I mean, overall, I was really happy. We got a wide receiver that we desperately fucking needed.
How tall was he?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Taller than Steven.
That's not saying he's only 6 foot.
How the hell
So-
did he make
How the
this?
hell did he get drafted?
Because
It's some horse shit.
Because of the Panthers.
Well, for those of you who
No.
don't know,
No.
Steven, what was said from the owners or the coach?
He got to be tall. He don't have to run routes. He got to be tall to
Well-
catch passes.
Well,
Which,
Steve,
I mean,
Steven isn't playing for the Panthers anytime
No
soon.
shit. But no, like in all reality though, I can understand that actually. Because Cam, as a quarterback, he doesn't throw routes. He throws the ball up. And he makes sure that you can catch it. That's about all he does. He doesn't have the most precise throws.
Well,
He
unless-
also doesn't. He also doesn't. He gets scared of fumbles.
This is true.
if that's the offense and that's what you buy into, why not go get Dez? Because that wide receiver, that fits
I agree.
that thing perfectly.
I will agree. However,
They don't want baggage.
no, because It's not bad. We have.
I know.
They just fired some of their baggage in that
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, we just fired some of that shit. I honestly don't know. I mean, he's a star wide receiver by any means, but he's also getting up there in age. So it also makes you wonder, like, how many good quality seasons can you get out?
He's
Do
played
I-
8 years, so this is going to be his 9th.
He's
I think he's
over
got
30 now, right?
he's got
29.
he's got
That's
three elite years I think left in him. I think you could still get 3 elite years.
But see, I still think, and this is going to sound really odd, but the year that we lost to Denver in the Super Bowl was our best wide receiver core. Because we had, we had Jericho Cotchery's old ass, but then we had,
Benjamin, I believe.
he was hurt.
Oh yeah, you lost him.
Yeah, we had Devin Funches, which was his second year in, so we knew he wasn't getting anything else. But then Philly Brown came out of fucking nowhere,
You also had Greg Olson.
and Greg
Well,
Olsen.
still do.
Yeah.
Well,
Greg
he took
Ol-
care
Well, we drafted a tight end, so Ian Thomas out of Indiana later on. So I think we're starting to see where Greg Olsen is going. Not that he's getting old. Don't get me wrong, and he's a phenomenal player for us. But as far as everything else, it's just defense-wise, we're really really solid. Except I think we lost Shaq Thompson this year.
I'm fairly certain you did, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we lost Shaq Thompson, which would be the reason why we drafted the edge out of Mississippi, Marquise Haynes. But the fact that we got DJ Moore as a wide receiver, who I thought was rated number 2 wide receiver, he's actually rated number 1, which shocks me because Maryland was garbage for a team. But apparently he was the number 1 wide receiver, other than Calvin Ridley, which if I would have fucking known that the Falcons were gonna take him, I would have phoned in the phone call and said, let's make sure that 2 Alabama players don't play on the same team. Because we already know how good Alabama wide receivers are. Looking at you, Julio Jones.
Bad man.
I mean, you can delete all them tweets to Atlanta. Bring yourself on over to Carolina because greatly appreciate you.
Well, it's not like you're gonna win a Super Bowl or anything.
Shut up, Colin. No one asked you.
We took care of that.
But overall, I mean, we got a quarterback because we lost David Worley this year, so we picked up Dante Jackson at LSU, which if anybody doesn't know history out of fucking LSU, they have phenomenal cornerbacks, aka Tyrann Mathieu and I'm pretty sure Patrick Peterson. Pretty sure both of them played there, and LSU is known for producing top tier defensive players. Excuse me.
Fournette's not bad.
Neither's Odell Beckham. Dumb.
Or Jarvis Landry.
You went to LSU?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
they played together.
Oh yeah.
Him and
For-
or
Fournette, my
Odell
friend.
Beckham?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My bestest pal.
Overall though, I mean, the highlight for me was drafting Andre Smith. For those of you who don't know, he's an inside linebacker from North Carolina, so he stays in Carolina. Shut up.
Woo.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
I don't care.
He could have came from a better school,
Oh.
dude.
Oh,
Jump off the balcony.
fly stick
I
boy.
fucking hate him, dude, but it's just fun to piss him off.
Fuck you, stick boy.
So, what would you give the letter grade?
I'd probably say about an A-. We fulfilled the spots that we needed.
So, what did you give Denver?
B plus.
Okay.
We
I was the only
we
one
fulfilled the
who-
spots we needed. They just drafted bullshit. But overall, the only negative part to the draft was that I have to buy a Cleveland Browns jersey
I hope.
and a Patriots jersey.
I just bought a Browns jersey.
Oh, woo.
Josh Gordon.
Fair enough.
I like Josh Gordon.
If I gotta get a Nick Chubb jersey, so
Oh, yeah. And I bought a Patriots jersey too.
All
I
you
hate the
whole
Patriots,
people.
but
Well, I'm looking up the list of. Okay. So, my team's the Patriots, as I'm sure everybody watching
sure?
is. And the
Sure.
Vikings. I
Okay.
love the Vikings.
Or do you like him now that Teddy Bridgewater's going?
Yeah, I still like the Vikings.
Okay. You're gonna like wherever Teddy Bridgewater. Where?
He went to the Jets, so Teddy's dead to me.
I hope he wins both games against the Patriots.
Teddy died a horrible death in the offseason. I'm sad that he's dead. My condolences to his family. I'm sorry he went to where quarterbacks die.
Well, Lamar Jackson went to hide behind
Oh, we're going to get to Lamar, don't worry.
your other friend.
So, first round, New England takes Isaiah Wynn from Georgia. Now, I'm going to point out
Any tackle?
he's an offensive lineman.
He's a tackle.
I'm going to point out over the years of watching the Patriots, I know a lot of people haven't really been able to understand Bill Belichick, but
I don't think Bill Belichick understands Bill Belichick.
after watching the Patriots for as long as I have, I've been able to somewhat read between the lines of Belichick's speak, so to speak. So, first round pick, 23rd overall, Isaiah Wynn, offensive lineman.
You're a little aggressive with your. We just went, we like this person. We drafted this person.
First pick, the second first round pick that they had was Sonny Michel,
I hate you.
running back from Georgia. Round 2,
Alright, get on with it, Goodell.
Duke Dawson, cornerback from Florida.
Really good.
Jawan Bentley, linebacker from Purdue.
Fantabulous.
And then he went to Purdue.
Christian Sam, linebacker.
Good. Jawan Billy good.
Christian Sam, linebacker from Arizona State. Then you had Braxton Berrios from Miami. Then Danny Etling, quarterback from LSU.
Via Purdue.
And then Keon Crossan, cornerback Western Carolina. And then Ryan Izzo, tight end, Florida State. So from that draft, what that tells me
That's my foot.
is
My
the, is the offense this year, I believe, is going to be much more run-based. New England has a very deep amount of running backs right now, yes.
When are they going to trade Tom Brady?
honest to God, I would not be surprised if he got traded this year.
I know we discussed this. That's why I wanted you to say it on the podcast.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's likely,
Trade him to the Giants.
but I think it could happen.
Trade him to the Colts.
Why? We don't want Luck.
Draft picks.
Brady at 40 is better than Luck
You
now.
get draft picks. Plenty of them.
It's not wrong.
So
Luck got exactly 0 yards.
if you look at what they did in the draft, what it says to me is they want to run the ball more. They're trying to get that offensive line set up. They drafted a bunch of defense, but they were pretty questionable on defense because they got hammered with injuries throughout the season. Then there was the Malcolm Butler disaster.
Nate Soldier being on.
Gronk in and out of my playing, but not playing. He did commit to play this year. Brady committed to play this year. You lost a lot of weapons. You lost Deion Lewis, who I felt is probably the biggest offensive weapon we have, not named Tom Brady or Rob Gronkowski. We lost Danny Amendola to Miami. We had a lot of holes to fill, and I think we did a decent job of replenishing the ranks.
Braden good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brady was left too.
we gave Brady. There was a lot of
The
people,
Rams.
a lot of people that
That's
left.
what I thought.
For New England, I would probably give their draft. I'd probably give them an A. I don't believe Danny Etling is going to be the heir apparent to the throne,
I don't think he'll make it out.
and it damn sure will not be Brian Hoyer. He has never been the answer, and he will not be the answer to replacing Tom Brady.
You know who could have been the answer? Baker
Jim-
Mayfield.
Yay!
Fucking Cleveland. You
I
should
would
tell that
not let
story.
Baker Mayfield manage a fucking stamp collection, let alone an offense. The Browns are in for a rude awakening. I'm gonna stop right now because if I get going on this, we're not gonna have a podcast. It will be the rest of the podcast me shitting on Baker Mayfield.
He just sad because he beat Ohio State. Because Ohio State not good.
But now he gets to play in Ohio all the time.
Yay!
Karma, bitch.
You're gonna win more games in Ohio than Ohio State does this year.
When was the last time TCU won a championship?
Oh, that's not my fault. It's the NCAA is
Well,
biased.
Play each other this year?
Oh, we'll
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna whoop them.
Yeah, we play this year.
We're gonna
We
beat
should go to
them.
that
We're gonna
game.
beat them by like 40.
Why are we gonna go? I'm not fucking going.
They would kill him. The way he talks shit, you want to put him in Ohio State?
He'd be fine.
They would hang him from the fucking stadium.
He'd be fine.
They would throw fucking firecrackers at him.
I'm getting ready to go to the Purdue TCU game next year, and I'm already sitting in the
kill
way
you.
side of the field.
They won't kill you.
I don't believe them.
On the other team that I like, the Vikings, I think they did a good job. But the thing was, they've got such a strong team, they really didn't need to replenish a whole lot. They finally...
Who's their quarterback?
Kirk Cousins.
guaranteed contract
Oh,
Cousins.
sorry, I forgot about him.
Yeah,
He
can
ain't that
toss
good.
it.
Here's the thing, and I've had this conversation with quite a few people. Is Kirk Cousins an elite quarterback?
No.
No. Is he a good quarterback?
Yes.
Yes.
He's good at
If
mediocrity.
you put a good quarterback in that offense with Dalvin Cook, Diggs, Thielen, Rudolph, yes.
Cook has to prove himself. He got hurt.
He's
He
not
tore his
wrong.
ACL.
Did you not see what the boy was doing before he got hurt? He would have
Wait,
easily
time.
been a top running back.
He's spot on. Not because he's not good,
Yeah.
but because he's got to come back from ACL tear.
Yeah.
We got to
He'll
prove
be-
that he's.
I'm not saying he's good.
That's
I'm
a
just,
guarantee. And if he tears his ACL again, then you guys
Just go talk to fucking Adrian Peterson.
he ain't the same dude.
Hold on. You have to. you
Adrian
have
Peterson isn't fucking human.
To, well,
No, I'm just saying go talk to him if you want like rehab advice, because that dude obviously knows what he's doing.
Go Zach.
but you also have to realize he has to get used to wearing a knee brace. He's probably never worn a knee brace in his life.
He's had a whole year to get ready.
Scott, you don't understand. If you've never played with a knee brace on, you're never gonna know how
It
fast.
does feel different.
It feels different and it slows you down because it's heavy.
But he's going to have time to get acclimated to that before he's thrown. He's not going to be thrown into a game and like, oh, by the way, put this on before you go out there, kid. He's going to already have had it on, getting warmed up with it, playing some preseason games. I look for him to play in the preseason. He'll probably play a couple of snaps, just to get the rust knocked off. Is he going to go for like 25 carries in a preseason game? No. But it's not unrealistic. He gets like maybe
Well,
3 or 4 carries.
Anybody who goes for 25 carries in a preseason game is dumb.
Yeah, that's,
Unless they're like third string.
But
Then they can get her all day long.
But what I'm saying is, in terms to the Vikings, you get Kirk Cousins, who gets 9 dome games a year.
Right.
Guaranteed 9. I don't know their schedule. I haven't had a chance to sit down and dissect that entire schedule for them yet. But they get.
Oh, you and I did.
We went over Carolina's
Yeah.
games. But 9 dome games a year, which I think would be beneficial. You have a fantastic wide receiver. You have probably the best defense in the NFL. I expect a record of somewhere near the top of the NFC for the Vikings.
Just don't play Carolina.
Or Philadelphia.
I can tell you right now, I don't foresee that happening twice. I don't.
And we'll find out October 7th.
But with that being said, let's get into the predictions on who we think's going to win the divisions, and we'll start.
Also on December 2nd, you got a problem.
What?
They play each other. Your two favorite teams.
That's a win-win for me. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy a good game of football.
Dumb.
So we'll start with the AFC, and we'll go around and we'll give our predictions on who's going to win the division.
Divisions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll start at the top here, which is the AFC East. So Colin, who wins the division? And if there's a wild card, who do you think it is?
Alright, so this is actually an interesting division because a couple of them took new quarterbacks. I feel like in the next couple of years that this division is going to flip-flop. But unfortunately, that year is not this year. I think, obviously, New England's going to win it. I don't think it's really going to be much of an argument. I could see Buffalo getting in as maybe a wild card, but didn't they get rid of Taylor?
Tyrod was traded to
To
the
Bill
Browns.
Browns, yeah.
And they got Josh Allen.
Yeah. Josh is probably... He'll be really good. I just don't see him being able to take over the offense that quick this
Yes.
year. What's up?
Depends on how he handles a certain situation.
Oh, the little comment he decided
Yep.
to make on Twitter. Yeah.
That was when he was 15. Doesn't matter, I know it still.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the Patriots. I think that'll be it.
Zach,
yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be the Patriots, unfortunately.
any wild card out of that or no?
No, not with those teams.
Steven?
Patriots.
I'll make it the clean sweep. Patriots. The team that I feel that could challenge New England, I think, for the throne, I don't think it'll be the Bills because
Dolphins.
I actually, yes, I do think it'll be the Dolphins. McCoy's getting up there in age, and I don't know if you've ever paid attention, but they run McCoy heavy every year. And I think it's going to start to catch up. The injuries have started to pile up
Who's the backup?
for McCoy. I don't know because when they get rid of a backup to McCoy, he ends up on the Patriots. The Patriots have Jeremy Hill and Rex Burkhead. The only one that they didn't get was Bernard
Nice.
from Cincy. Yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots. So we're all in agreement New England wins and nobody had a wild card?
No. We all hope the Patriots lose, but
Well, 3/4 of us.
okay. Well, the good part.
Up next, the NFC North. What do you got?
The NFC North?
I'm sorry, AFC North.
It's like, where the fuck did we go?
AFC
All right.
North.
We'll go Panthers. NFC North. Oh,
Well,
wait,
they
that's
wouldn't
not
be in
right.
the
It's
NFC
South. Shut
What
up.
the fuck is wrong with
Shut up.
you?
Leave me alone. Tired.
AFC North column.
Okay. AFC North. Steelers? I'm gonna go with Steelers. Here's the interesting thing. I think Cleveland's gonna be. I mean, they can't get any worse, so they're gonna be.
Relevant.
They're gonna be. I'm gonna take
Wanna
Cleveland
bet?
goes. I'm gonna take Cleveland goes 6-10.
Ooh, that's awful generous.
I think they've got a decent defense and their run game's better, and they have Baker Mayfield, so they did get a really good running back. They got Saquon Barkley. Or no, Giants got Saquon Barkley.
What fucking draft?
I'm sorry.
You said
I'm
you
sorry.
watched the whole draft.
I did.
They
no,
got Nick
that's
Chubb.
it. They got Nick Chubb.
Oh,
Yeah.
good lord.
Shut
Alright.
the fuck up. Anyway, they still got Baker Mayfield, and he's clearly the best quarterback in the draft. So, I'm just saying this to piss Scott
Oh,
off.
I
I don't think you understand the restraint I'm showing right now.
I'm trying to piss them off. Josh Gordon's back. He was starting to show flashes. I think he'll be alright, but they're not going to be relevant as far as that's concerned. Ravens are always meh. They're usually
wait.
roughly an 8-18,
Hang on.
somewhere in there.
Something I want to bring up with the Ravens. If Joe Flacco turns into Joe Fluco,
You mean like he is every year,
Normal?
except for
right? Do you think that
Yes.
they put in Lamar?
Yes.
Not your opinion.
You asked the group. I'm giving one of the group's responses.
You're
the
right.
Marvelous needs to play.
All right. If Lamar Jackson plays,
Yes.
and I'm gonna say he's going to. I think Fluco's not that good.
Okay.
I never thought he's that good.
Joe Fucko can leave town. I want Lamar. I want Lamar.
I think Lamar will be decent. That
He will still make mistakes though.
well,
He's a rookie.
He'll make mistakes. I'm trying really hard not to shit on him by saying Baker Mayfield will be better. I'm really trying hard not to say that.
Say something stupid.
But I don't think Lamar's gonna carry him to a playoff
No.
appearance.
No.
They need Ray Lewis back so that they can use him to get into the playoffs like they did that one year. Well, let's be realistic. Baltimore wasn't that fucking good. They just rode off Ray Lewis's retirement coattails to get him in the fucking Super Bowl.
Zach.
I'm gonna say the only way that he plays is he plays as a receiver. And here's my reasoning behind that.
Well, he ain't good as a quarterback.
Even if he decide, if Fluco fucks up or not, I don't think Flacco's gonna come off the field. I think the only way he's gonna play is at a receiver level from the first year. That being said, I can see Lamar Jackson turning into Tim Tebow and not wanting to play any other position but quarterback, and I think that's just what is going to kill him.
Hey, you got a playoff win.
Over your team.
No, he won
won,
with
yeah,
my
he
team.
God, that's right.
Wow, you are a dumbass. Fuck you, sir.
Who do you think is going to win the division though, Zach?
Pittsburgh.
Did you have a wild card?
No, Cincinnati sucks. I'm still not convinced. Cleveland, Baltimore, meh.
I don't think Cleveland makes playoffs. I think they'll be better.
No.
Like,
Steven?
better.
Steelers. Hands down. I'm sorry, they're the best team in that division. I'm Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. I know they just got rid of Martavis Bryant.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Juju
That's all they need.
Smith-Schuster.
Didn't
So-
he fucking slam
They
down some guy's head
also
around?
who?
You're thinking of Schuster.
Did it.
Schuster knocked the piss out of Burfict.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it.
He had it coming though.
Well, Burfict's a fuck, so.
Well, he didn't slam his head down though. He just
I could have sworn.
blindsided him.
They
Yeah,
blindsided the
it's-
shit out of him.
Yeah,
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Hey,
It
but-
was funny.
I mean, I guess I just feel like this year has a lot of different stories behind it because Pittsburgh drafted Mason Rudolph. And
Yeah.
he's not bad by any means, but I think
Okay,
he might
State.
be the future.
Okay, State. He plays in the Big 12. Big 12's got a lot of
So-
strong offense.
Do you have a wild card in my list?
Yeah.
Okay. I as well will make it a clean sweep with Pittsburgh unless something catastrophic happens to Ben.
Warrington or Le'Veon.
That's the thing with Steelers. I think if something happened, actually I'm gonna take that back. I think they could be fine if Ben went down. I don't think they'd be fine if Le'Veon Bell went down. I'll say this: as long as something catastrophic does not happen to Le'Veon Bell, that
Well, Le'Veon Bell already has a problem with not wanting to play anyway. But anyway.
well, he wants paid.
Oh, sure.
If for some reason something was to happen to Bell and the offense took a shit,
Who's the backup?
I could see the Bengals taking.
Irrelevant person number one.
But I'm not going to give the Bengals a playoff spot. But I'm going to give Pittsburgh the division.
I'll put it this way,
I hope they
and, no,
do
and I'll put it this way, no offense, Colin, I mean this with all due respect.
If
But the
you
only way-
disrespect Andy Dalton,
I'm going
I
to.
will deck you. Sir.
I will. The only way that Cincinnati could do anything relevant is if they got rid of Andy Dalton and started
How
AJ McCarron.
fucking dare you?
Let's trade
sir.
for Lamar Jackson. Moving on to the NFC South. Who do you got?
Well, Lamar Jackson's not in here, so it's a good division. Which division are we talking about? I
AFC
didn't hear what it
South.
said. AFC
South.
South. Oh my
South.
god.
This will probably be the hardest division to pick.
Yep.
Okay, so let's be realistic. Colts aren't going anywhere
Mhm.
because Andrew Luck ain't gonna fucking play until like Thanksgiving.
Even if he does play, I don't see them being that good.
No, their team's not very good. Houston is really difficult to pick because they were basically the team to beat in that division until Deshaun Watson went down. Jacksonville was really fucking good too, and Tennessee. There's three good teams in that division now, unlike there was 2 or 3 years ago where it was basically whoever was in was basically getting in with a 7-9 record because that entire team bucket, that entire conference sucked. This year you've got 3 good teams. Jacksonville's not a good. They don't have a very good quarterback. Blake Bortles is okay, but they have a good running back
And
they
a
have
good defense.
They have a fucking phenomenal defense.
They have the best
And
defense in that division.
They got fucked by the 12th man of the Patriots. aka
Oh, for
Wentz.
fuck's sake!
And that's why Jacksonville didn't go to the Super Bowl. Thankfully, we got to see the Patriots get, beat by Philadelphia and watch Scott cry tears of shame. But anyway,
this fucking
I think this is where the 3 playoff teams, they'll get both divisional spots. I think Tennessee gets in as a wild card. Houston gets in as a wild card, but they're going to be playing hard with Jacksonville. Jacksonville and Houston, I think, will be fighting for the number 1, and then it'll be like with the Yankees in Boston, it'll be really close.
Mhm.
Like one will be like 10-6, the other 9-7. It's going to come down to like a really close game. But I think Jacksonville wins the division because they haven't really changed much. Their defense is still fucking.
They lost
phenomenal.
Belosny.
Yeah.
he really didn't factor in that much.
They didn't.
No.
Not last year. No,
Okay.
he was on the decline last year.
Well, but they also lost Alan Hearns.
They also lost Allen Robinson too.
Oh, they lost both Allen brothers?
Yeah.
I know. Oh, that's right. One went to the Bears, one went to the Cowboys. That's right. I'm sorry.
Zach,
I have Jacksonville winning that one, but I don't. It's going to be a toss for the one position. I think I want to say Tennessee. So for everything that's right in this world, I want to say Tennessee, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Houston.
If I recall correctly, they lost Eric Decker, didn't
Yeah. I'm
irrelevant.
gonna take Houston.
He won the game. He caught the game-winning catch.
Which game?
I'm gonna take Houston as
Kansas City.
the wild card, and then
Jacksonville is the.
yeah.
Steven?
This division is determined by one player, and that's Deshaun Watson. If he is healthy and can throw the ball and run like he was and play how he was playing before he tore his ACL, Jacksonville's winning.
Houston.
Houston, thank you.
You're welcome.
Houston is winning that division, hands down. If the only thing right, I'm serious. If Deshaun Watson is healthy, Houston wins that division. If he stays healthy, I haven't seen their schedule yet. I haven't looked at it fully, but I could see them being 11-5. I think they'll split with Jacksonville. I I think they'll split with Tennessee. Colts, yeah, okay.
They're gonna be 8-6 in that division.
Yeah. The wild card is the other wild card is going to be Fournette. As long as he can hold up, then I think Jacksonville will be the wild card. If not, because they always have that sophomore slump to where something happens or they just don't produce or something. And then if that happens, then Tennessee. But my pick would be Houston to win the division. Wild card would be Jacksonville.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville wins the division. They've got, again, I think defense is going to be huge. They've got the best defense in that division. Offense, kind of a question mark. I really wish they would go after Des Bryant because that would give them a replacement to Hurt or to Robinson. But the wild card, I'm going to say the Titans. I believe they were the winners of the Malcolm Butler sweepstakes, and I know they got Deion Lewis. You're going to pair Deion Lewis with Derrick Henry, who caught absolute fire at the end of last year. DeMarco Murray is going to be out of the equation. Corey Davis will be another year in the offense. If Mariota can stay healthy, then I believe the Titans can get in as a wild card. But again, I think a lot of that rides on Mariota's health. The same could be said for the Texans. I'm not sold on the Texans because I don't like their defense is something I'm not sold on.
Yeah.
They can put up all the points in the world, but if you can't stop it the other way, eventually you're not going to win all the
Well,
shots.
and that all rides on what J.J. Watt does. If he goes down again, I don't think that they have enough pass rushing to get back to Mariota or Watson or not Watson, but Block or whomever, Bortles.
Their schedule, well, Houston's schedule could go 13-3.
So to round out the AFC, we'll do the West. Colin?
Don't you fucking say Denver.
I really hate this division. As a Denver fan, I really wish it was Denver. Keenum's going to be a massive upgrade from the Russian roulette we were playing last year at quarterback. We got another wide receiver that was pretty solid. Our defense is still going to be the best in that division, bar none. I really don't want to pick Oakland. I really don't want to fucking pick Oakland. Because San Diego's not that good. They haven't been good for years. They haven't been good since LaDainian Tomlinson was there, to be quite honest with you. They really haven't. They really haven't. We're fucking talking. Anyway. And Kansas City got rid of Alex Smith. And I think Mahomes, correct?
Patrick Mahomes.
I don't think he's going to be ready yet.
Well, I feel that's going to blow up in their face.
I don't think he's going to be ready yet. And Kansas City was kind of a up and down team.
Well, they lost Tom Bahali and a bunch of the other Jason Peters.
Yeah, they lost a lot of good players.
Marcus Peters. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like their team is kind of on the downward trend. Outside of the running back's phenomenal, but unfortunately, Ashley's gonna laugh because she likes Oakland, and it makes me very angry to have to say this, but I'm gonna go with Oakland against my will. But Oakland's gonna win it.
Zach?
Oh God, why would you say that shit? She said the Chargers. Chargers are gonna fucking go.
I'm actually gonna agree with her. I think the Chargers win the division.
You're out of your fucking mind.
They missed it by one game last year.
Well, Phillip Rivers sucks.
I think that they win the division, and I think Oakland's the second wild card. It all depends on how healthy David Carr is. And
Derek
Carr.
Whatever. It depends on how healthy he stays, and if Phillip Rivers cannot throw the interceptions at clutch moments.
There's only one LA team that's good, and it's the Rams.
So did you have a wild card come out of this or no?
Yeah, Oakland.
Okay. Steve?
Flip his. Oakland wins the division, San Diego's wild card.
LA. We're not saying
What the fuck ever.
Roger Goodell wants you to say LA.
Larger game, that was gonna burn the fire.
I'm going to say the Chargers win the division.
You're all fucking wrong.
The talent on the Chargers is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
shit.
It's fucking trash. Team sucks.
As long as Keenan Allen stays healthy.
Colin, you are so far out of
Didn't
your
they get
damn
rid of
mind.
Woodhead too?
Oh, fucking Chargers suck.
I believe he retired.
Good. Glass.
The wild card for me, I think you could do a coin flip with the Raiders and Chiefs.
You think Mahomes is that good?
He's out of his fucking mind.
I think Kareem Hunt's that good, but there's only so
You
much.
can't win him with Johnson on a fucking running back solo.
Stop him.
Not anymore. Exactly.
Kareem
Denver
Hunt,
defense can shut that
Travis Kelsey,
down. And no quarterback.
who's the deep ball threat that they got? The speedster.
He was on Travis' team. Hill. Tyreek
Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it past the Chiefs to sneak in, but I'm going to say Oakland because of the offensive firepower that they have.
And since Marshawn Lynch finally figured out how to run the ball.
Jordy Nelson.
I'll tell you
Jordy
this.
Nelson, Amari Cooper.
By the end of the year, I don't think Marshawn Lynch is the starting running back.
He was one of the best running backs at the end of the year last year.
The
They
big,
said that in the draft that he was like the
the
best running back.
biggest thing with Oakland that
in the game.
I see is, and I'm directing this at a certain somebody who said that Amari Cooper wasn't that good. Shut up. But you've got Amari Cooper on one side, and you've got Jordy Nelson on the other. Two people who, in my eyes,
You also got Martavis Bryant, too.
And Jared
and
Cook.
Martavis Bryant
And
and
Jared
Jared Cook. But you've got two people there who I believe are forced to be double teamed. Jordy Nelson, Amari Cooper.
And Martavis Bryant is a very good fucking wide receiver.
Yes, but
As well.
they'll probably put him in the slot.
Oh yeah.
So,
Actually, I'd see them putting Jordy in the slot. He's more. Of a,
He's-
True,
he's-
true.
He's more of a slot.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
so that wraps up the AFC portion of this. Or you guys want to do like we did,
In baseball and cover
just cover who
both
goes?
playoffs.
Well, we'll just cover who we are picked to go to the AFC for the Super Bowl is.
Okay, yeah, because I can't remember all the fucking picks now.
Colin, who's going to the AFC to represent? Who's going to represent the AFC? Say it, baby. Sing to me. What do you got?
Oakland. I fucking
Go to
Oakland.
hell.
I fucking Oakland.
Oakland's not going to fucking.
I have fucking Oakland.
On what?
I don't
On that?
fucking. Oh god, I think Oakland's gonna win. I don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna. I don't think Brady's gonna be with the Patriots by the playoffs. I'm going with what Scott said. That he
I
gets
said
traded.
there's a possibility. You just took it as law.
I want it to be lost, sir. I don't.
That's
See,
nice.
It's
Zach?
really difficult.
Jacksonville.
Steelers.
Wow.
Jacksonville.
Well, at least he didn't say the fucking Patriots.
I do think you will see them in the AFC title game. But I think this time they will be playing at Jacksonville.
Saxonville.
The Patriots
The Patriots rest.
do not have a very good, favorable upcoming schedule. Granted, they have the best quarterback and they have the best coach.
In fairness, they don't have to play in Denver, which we know is Tom Brady's kryptonite. They do have to play in Miami, which is his other kryptonite. We figured out where.
But
They
I
just need to have them
I
play.
still say they'll split that series.
I think Jacksonville goes to the Super Bowl.
They always split the Miami series. Tom always loses in Dolphin Stadium and Mile High Stadium. Those are the two places where he never fucking wins games. And we should just have Tom Brady play 8 games in Mile High and 8 games in Dolphin Stadium, and he will never win a fucking game.
We'll let Salty Boy over here calm down. We're going to go the opposite direction here for the NFC.
Thank God.
So,
Tired of going first.
we'll start with the NFC East. I think by default you have to give it to the Eagles. Cowboys lost a lot, and I don't know if they got in return enough value to cover those losses. I think the Eagles are the clear favorite out of the division, and I think they're going to probably put up double-digit wins again.
I agree. I'm sorry, they're phenomenal. I mean, you know, they're
Even though Big Dick Nick's not throwing this year, so
no, but here's the thing.
Carson Wentz is good too.
Right. Carson Wentz is good and he's the future, but Nick Foles proved that even if you take Wentz out, he can still go.
But one thing I want to point out is a lot of people forget actually how good Nick Foles is and was. This is the same dude
Wait,
that
wait,
went out
wait,
there
wait,
and tied Peyton Manning's touchdown record.
Okay,
Well,
wait.
Tied
Okay.
like 8 people. 8 people have 7 touchdowns.
Here's the thing, okay? I believe that Doug Peterson found a way to hide Nick Foles' flaws. He didn't sling the ball like Carson Wentz did. He did short drives, Tom Brady-esque. Short drives.
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Oh,
Okay.
give it a rest.
Anyway, but he didn't have to throw the ball long. He did if he wanted to, but it wasn't something that he felt was forced. And I believe that was where Nick Foles went wrong, is because he always felt like he was trying to force the ball in. But now, you know, you had, God, what's his name from the Patriots? He was there.
The player coach? What are you talking about?
Player who signed with the Eagles when they won.
LeGarrette Blount.
Oh, Blunt.
Yeah.
He's
They
with the
had-
Lions
They had
now.
Blunt. Well, right, but I'm just saying. You had Blunt, and then you had
Ajayi.
Ajayi. I mean, halfway through the season, when you have a dual threat running back, and then you had
Dual quarterback.
and dual quarterback and wide receivers. Nelson Aguilar came out of fucking nowhere. Granted, he was supposed to be the number one, but with Alshon Jeffrey being there, it kind of opened up for him to, you know, shine a little bit more. And nothing's really changed on that offensive side. So
Zach?
I'm gonna go Philly, but I'm really interested to kind of see what happens to the Giants.
Saquon.
Yeah, not only just Saquon, but I think Eli. I think this might be Eli's last year.
In the league or in a Giants uniform?
Either or.
Fair enough.
I have Philly. Washington's down the drain. Dallas is
Down the drain.
down the drain. Giants could come up and make a run for a wild card spot. Maybe if Saquon Barkley really takes off. Their defense isn't the worst in the world. And if you can get Eli to play, you know, that short dink and dunk pass thing. I mean, they've got OBJ, who's a great wide receiver. They lost Brandon Marshall, but I don't think Brandon Marshall was bringing anything to the table.
That was addition by subtraction, though.
Yeah.
Well, and
and-
I think the Giants are going to do better with Odell Beckham and
Shepard.
Shepard.
Yeah.
I think they did better with those two.
Don't
than they
overlook the
did.
tight end either.
Well, no, but
Ingram.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying though. Like if you would have had, well, because Ingram's in his second year now, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. So you got Shepard, Ingram, and Odell, who I believe would have been fine without Marshall.
Yeah, with Saquon and Eli. I'm not. They're not going to make a run at Philly. There's no fucking way. I think Philly goes like.
But I think they'll do
13-3,
better than what they did last year.
Yeah.
Because when Eli had Marshall and Odell, he was probably thinking, I got two number one receivers. I can throw to whoever. Well, they both went down.
Yeah.
Now it's who do you have? Well,
And then-
Shepard's not used to being the number one.
And then Sterling went down too because he
Yeah,
missed a couple
so
games too. They literally have no wide receivers. So, Philly 14-2. I'm going to say the Giants just missed the wild card though, but they could make a run
Alright.
for it.
So we'll go to the NFC North now.
Hey, we made it back.
I'm going to take the Vikings to win the division. Jordy's gone. Rodgers is starting, I believe, to show signs of breaking down.
No,
Physically.
Rodgers wants out of Green Bay right now. I guarantee you.
He actually should be out of Green Bay if the damn commissioner do his fucking job.
Yeah, but he's a fuck. So he
The
could be
team?
Hey, he could have been on Cleveland, and then we could have had the Baker Mayfield show in New England.
The team that I think has a shot to make the wild card out of this is the Chicago Bears.
I will agree to disagree.
You're wrong.
Just watch. I'm not saying that they're going to put up.
They'll make a run.
I don't think they're going to put up like 13-3. They finished 5-11,
Which for them is not bad.
but you got rid of. John Fox is out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he out?
He was out last year.
He was out last year.
I see you nix John Fox. You bring in somebody else who's not John Fox. I don't know the coach's name. Trubisky, I think, will show an improvement this year. You got Allen Robinson there. You've got a really good, underappreciated defense with Chicago.
You've got
Yeah.
two really good running backs.
Okay.
Don't sleep on the Bears. Don't sleep on them.
Howard and Cohn are pretty good duo.
Steven?
I thought it was Zach on that.
No, you haven't gone.
Oh, my fault. Anyway,
Pay attention.
Yeah,
Well, no.
I'll say Minnesota for the division. I don't think Chicago will get the wild card, but I think they will make a name for themselves. Because I do agree, Chicago's defense is really, really good. Trubisky was
Serviceable.
serviceable. He can give you what you need, even though he's not the smartest man in the world. But I believe that he will be better than what he had. I'm thankful that they did not pick up Kevin White's fifth option because he hasn't done shit since he's been in the NFL. Get rid of him, cut loose ends. You got Zach Miller, who's a great tight end for him.
Is he?
I don't believe Zach Miller's back.
Is he? No, not since he shattered his leg.
He almost lost his leg. I don't think
Yeah.
he's playing again.
Okay. But I mean, still, then you got Jeremy Langford, Tyler Cohen. Is it Tyler?
Tyreek Cohen.
Tyreek Stower. I'm sorry, I apologize. I still think that's a dual threat running back, and also Trubisky who can run the ball as a dual threat quarterback. Like I said, I'm not thinking they're going to get a wild card, but I could probably see them going 7-0. Maybe 8-8.
Zach.
Minnesota wins the division. I'm going to agree to disagree with both of you. Again, I don't think the Bears, not in the first year of a new head coach, there's not going to be enough time to get his stuff installed, run perfectly, and then execute out on the field. I'm not going to give them a complete go ahead until next season. I don't see wild card coming out of this division. I mean, Green Bay could be close. Depends whatever they've got left, which I don't think is much. I mean, you got Jimmy Graham out of Seattle. It'll help Aaron Rodgers on the goal line situations for sure. Detroit, they're not bad. They're scrappy. They're not bad. But I still think that Detroit and Chicago are going to be the bottom dwellers in that league.
Alright, so my division winner is Detroit Lions because they got the Super Bowl winning running back 2 years in a row. No, I'm just kidding. Minnesota's going to win this. It's not even a fucking contest. Green Bay doesn't have really anything now that Jordy's gone. Cobb's kind of meh.
They have Devontae Adams.
He's good, but I don't think you're going to carry an offense with just one really star wide receiver.
I guess you could put Ty Montgomery back as a receiver.
Yeah, who's a running back then?
Oh.
Nobody.
Didn't they draft him?
It's Green Bay now. They slowly dived into irrelevancy. I really wanted to mess with Scott and say the Lions because they did get the running back for who has won 2 straight Super Bowls. So I thought that was interesting with LeGarrette Blount.
Did you have a wild card out of this division or no?
No.
Okay.
I don't think Bears are that good.
Well, we'll go to the NFC South, which I think is probably the most competitive division in the NFL.
Yeah, there's 2 good teams.
And this is where
Not
this
even
is
that.
where one of my wild cards will come out of. I'm going to eliminate the Falcons from winning the division right now.
Really?
History shows when you sign big dick money quarterback contract, you normally go down the shitter the next year in terms of productions.
So does that mean
The Vikings are done?
Yeah.
Ha! Suck it!
Contract was not that big. Not compared to what Matt Ryan got.
Well, yeah, but he deserves it.
Does he?
Really? Without him, Atlanta would be shit. I
No.
believe that.
I don't think it's worth that much.
Okay, Roman, settle down over there.
I'm
You said
going,
believe that.
No, fuck off.
I'm going to take the Saints to win the division.
Yeah, I believe that.
Great defense. Probably the best quarterback in the division. Every single year, I want to pick Tampa Bay to do well, and they always turn around and do the exact opposite and shit the bed.
you know
So
what,
you know what?
Ted?
This year, I'm not going to pick Tampa. I know you hate Jameis Winston.
Yeah, he's a fuck.
Even though you're wearing the jersey. Or a jersey.
No, I'm wearing
Is
the
it
Doug
a
Park jersey.
He's not
fucking-
even on the team anymore.
I know, so now I don't care.
Hey,
The-
join the club.
The other wild card, I'm my first wild card will be the Panthers out of that division.
Why? Ain't that good?
But now this is actually a perfect segue. Steven, go ahead.
Here. I'm actually going to agree with Scott. If I had to, Saints in my eyes, as much as I don't like to say it, they're probably one of the most well-rounded teams right now in the NFC. When you've got a dual running back threat, it is very, 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 very tough to defend against. Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas being on that team. Who's the tight end?
Well, they just cut Colby Fleener.
Yeah, I know they just cut Colby. They just drafted Marcus Davenport out of UTEP, which is a phenomenal player. Met him, by the way, at the draft. Really cool dude.
Do you think if that lucky catch didn't happen with the Vikings, do you think the Saints would have beat Philly?
Yes.
I will say this: they damn sure would not have blown Drew Brees out.
No. But do you think that Philly would have been able to keep up with Ingram and Kamara?
No.
They kept up with New England, and Tom Brady's 500 fucking yards. I think they could have kept up with them.
No.
Tom Brady was throwing the ball. Drew Brees, all he has to do is dump it off and let Kamara and Ingram do the most.
You will not hear me say this often. I love New England and all things Patriots related. Team-wise, skill player-wise, what they had versus what the Patriots had. I like the Saints offense better. I'm not saying they have a better quarterback than New England, but I'm saying that the rest of the weapons I feel are better than what New England had going into the Super
I feel
Bowl.
like Steven's arguing. He wants to argue with you.
I do, but I don't. Here's the thing, and this is why I think that this year might. I'm not going to say that. Never mind. No, I'm not going to say that at all. I do believe that the Saints are going to be a force to reckon with as long as Drew Brees stays a Saint. But I also believe that this could be Drew Brees' last year in the NFL.
I could see it.
But with the dual threat of Ingram, Kamara, Thomas, I mean, he's got everything he needs. A solid defense right now to help him. You know, Carolina, the wild card, obviously. I see us losing both times to the Saints. It happens. Unless Kamara goes down, you know, God forbid. I still think Carolina will be the wild card. But
Zach.
Just texted me, all things Patriots, so Deflategate. Points to you.
She thinks she's cute.
I'd have to go with Atlanta winning the division and New Orleans as a wild card.
Zach, go to all balcony.
I have.
I just don't. I'm not sold with New Orleans defense. And here's why I say that. When you have guys giving up, when they played
Minnesota?
when you have guys giving up because they can't get to the quarterback, they've been shut down, which didn't happen when they played Carolina. It was
Yeah,
a
but
bum
Carolina
rush.
No, they knocked Carolina senseless.
That's 'cause
It was a
Carolina's
bum
not that
rush there. It was a bum rush against Atlanta.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
when I see players give up because we can't get to the quarterback, then you see Cameron Wake. The dude had a whole hell of a lot of sacks, but then when you go up against Riley Reef, I believe was who was it up in Minnesota, and he's burying you, and you don't want to come and play and come hard off the edge. What you're telling me that this defense is supposed to be so goddamn good? Well, then why aren't you bringing it every single play? Why was it the Minnesota? Oh well, we tried to deflect the ball. Well, okay, there's a point of trying to do that and then actually doing that. You just saw their defense start to break and give up because they weren't gonna get the way that they got through the South.
Okay. I have New Orleans winning. I think Alvin Kamara is fucking unbelievably good. Drew Brees is still good. That wide receiver core is pretty solid. Defense is good. I mean, he's not entirely wrong, but then again, Minnesota's O-line is fucking
Yeah,
phenomenal.
but you still don't give up. That's the thing.
And then I have Atlanta taking the second wild card, not the first one, and that's it.
I had your back at least.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Well, I'll explain who's coming out of the NFC West in a minute, but go ahead and do your thing.
NFC West, I'm going to side with history on this. Almost every single time you see a super team get formed, it blows up. New England, the Eagles, the Colts. Something went horribly wrong with the season. Now I am not going to discredit the talent that the Rams have and have acquired to the team.
Did you say not Philly?
She said she's over there shitting on the Patriots.
18-1.
I'm going to take the 49ers to win this division.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Rams to get in as a wild card.
I should have gone first.
Steven?
I still say the Rams are winning the division, and San Fran is getting as the wild card.
You know Jimmy's undefeated in the NFL, alright? Jimmy, don't lose!
God damn it. See, now I don't have to make an argument because Scott's stealing all my fucking arguments.
It's not arguments, it's facts.
Well, I know it's facts, but I was going to say that.
I mean,
Don't matter the team, don't matter the weather.
even if you take away Ndamukong Suh, you still have Aaron Donald who's there. Even if you take away Braden Cooks, you still have Todd Gurley who's there, and Cooper Kupp.
I can tell you on defense, Sue's going to help him as much as he's going to hurt him.
No, I agree with that. But what I'm saying though is you still have Aaron Donald who's been there. You know, the offense, you're still going to have Todd Gurley, Robert Woods, Cooper
You've
Kupp.
also got Talib and Marcus Peters.
Talib will probably hurt them more than help them. Marcus Peters, I'll give you that.
See where I'm going with I don't think they win the division?
I think the Rams will put up enough points to where they won't. It'll compensate for the losses.
Alright, that's fair. Zachy?
I'm gonna go with LA, the Rams, to win the division. There's really no reason as to why. They're kind of, they've got a great defense. I'm not picking Seattle.
Okay,
They
good.
don't have a team anymore.
They're in a rebuild.
And neither does Arizona, honestly.
No, they don't.
And
What are you talking about? I got Josh Rosen.
Woo!
Oh boy, he became Johnny Manziel 3.0. Did you hear
Didn't
him?
Ohio State beat him to the point where he reconsidered
That's
going?
Sam Darnold.
Was that Sam Darnold?
Yes.
Okay. I don't watch bowl games, so I don't.
but I mean,
Well, you don't watch them when your team doesn't. When Alabama gets in the playoffs.
I have a hard time putting San Francisco. I mean, they did take Mike McGlinchey, at the other Notre Dame offensive lineman,
the tackle.
tackle.
Pay attention.
Even so, I mean, I think Jimmy needs more weapons.
Me and Scott could go out there and Jimmy G would win games.
Yeah, but one receiver, one tight end is not going to cut it in the NFL.
Who's the tight end? Is it Scott? Is Scott the tight end?
That's
Do
what
they,
I'm saying.
do they even use the tight end that often? Like,
I didn't even know they had a
Jimmy
tight end.
spreads that ball like butter, baby. It goes everywhere.
Yeah, but you have what? One weapon, maybe two
Marquise
weapons.
Goodwin.
Yeah, maybe two weapons in San Francisco.
Nate Solder.
They got
Wait,
three. Jimmy G is the fucking weapon.
The ultimate weapon. We let go.
Well, that's because your team sucks. Anyway,
But yeah, I think LA wins that division.
All right, Colin.
in Jimmy G we trust, people. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to take over that division. He wins it easily. LA is going to come in. They're going to go. I'm going to
He's
go.
smoking crack.
I got
I'm going to go. Jimmy G's going to go 13-3. LA's going to go 12-4.
I got.
And
And
it split.
yeah, you can go with they split. They win. They home and home.
Fair.
But yeah, Jimmy G's gonna win the division because Jimmy G is the fucking second coming of Tom Brady, except better.
Wow.
He's gonna get 6
He's
Super
been
Bowls.
smoking too much crack again.
He's actually gonna beat the Giants in the Super Bowl.
That's not.
That's not possible, but good
Oh,
try,
you're right.
kid.
They aren't. No, he can go to a different team and then he can do it.
They're gonna trade the greatest quarterback to another team.
He's just gonna leave.
I'll tell you, they're going to have Jimmy line up all 31 other teams. And Jimmy, in just one night, is going to beat everyone.
He can do it. He's the best. Anyway, go. Do your thing.
So for the Super Bowl, I think it's going to be. God, this is difficult. I'm torn between the 49ers and the Vikings.
How? Okay. What?
To get into the Super Bowl from the NFC.
What? Are you smoking weed?
This is my pick. When
Wow.
against you can spew your garbage.
Holy shit! Okay. Woo!
He's really gonna hate my
I'm gonna take the Vikings to get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, I like that, but the 49ers pick, I'm thinking, what in the fuck are you smoking?
The Vikings. I'm gonna have the Vikings and the Jaguars. And this is gonna be. That's hard to call because I think that could be a very low scoring Super Bowl because of the defenses.
I'm shocked you don't have Philly in contention.
See, my point exactly.
I'm telling you, there's going to be some type of regression at some point in the year. They're going to get the Eagles' offense figured out, especially teams that are going to be on their schedule. There's more tape. I'm going to go with the Vikings win the Super Bowl.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Steve.
So
The
you
Carolina
said you-
Panthers are gonna make the Super Bowl.
No, you said who's your NFC title again?
The 49ers and the Vikings.
I'm saying Philly and New Orleans for the title game. I'm saying New Orleans gets the Super Bowl and me in New Orleans and Pittsburgh.
Is that,
With New Orleans winning.
Jesus.
I see 5 potential teams.
Got narrowed down to.
Well, no shit.
and then the one.
That's tough. That it's really gonna depend on who gets the number 1 seed. And I'm gonna say Minnesota gets the number 1 seed. I think it's gonna be in that playoff. It's gonna be the Vikings and the Rams, and I think the Vikings go. But I think it's gonna be a close between whoever's number 1 and whoever's number 5.
So you and I have the same Super Bowl. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
I want to say Minnesota over Jacksonville.
I have Philly and the 49ers. And I'm going to pick the 49ers to go. We're going to have an all-Cali Super Bowl. Yep. I'm sticking with it. Oakland and San Francisco for the Super Bowl.
The minor.
49ers. I think Jimmy G wins the Super Bowl.
Scott, that shit is
That's
gonna be a sad fucking day at the Stewart household.
I'll be wearing my Garoppolo jersey.
Well, I think it's a good point to wrap it up here on our predictions and recap here.
Zach is befuddled. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Yes, I have Oakland and 49ers.
All right, well, guys, for everybody here at the Four Corners Podcast, we're gonna wrap this up for this episode. I'm Scott.
Steven.
Zach.
Colin.
All right, and we will see you guys next week.